morning to one and all present here, respected dignitaries on and off the dais, honorary delegates, members of local governing bodies, principals of sister concerns, principals of law colleges, principals of degree colleges, participants, invitees, press and media, staff members, ladies and gentlemen. I feel extremely privileged to extend my heartfelt and warm welcome to everyone here at the one-day national seminar on privacy rights and data protection in cyberspace. Blessed is the man that trusts in him. As different streams having different sources all mingle their waters in the sea, so different tendencies, various though they appear, crooked or straight, all lead to God. To start anything, it is imperative to seek the blessings of the Almighty. Let us mark the beginning of this grand event being lit up with ignited souls. Let us all turn our minds to the Almighty and invoke His blessings for an auspicious start. I would now request Harini and Bhavna to come and present the invocation song.
Vignaraja Vinayaka Ninu Vina Brochutaku Verevarunaru Vignaraja Vinayaka Anata Rakshaka Anata Rakshaka Nive Gada Anata Rakshaka Nive Gada Adarim Pananu Brovarada Adarim Pananu Brovarada Vinayaka Ninu Vina Brochutaku Verevarunaru Vignaraja Vinayaka Sarasiruha Aruna Yuga Charana Satatamushruta Jana Sankata Harana Paramakrupa Sagara Paramakrupa Sagara Marasuguna Palita Jana Gopala Dasanuta Palita Jana Gopala Dasanuta Vinayaka Ninu Vina Brochutaku Verevarunaru Vignaraja Vinayaka. Thank you.
Thank you, Harini and Bhavna. I would now like to take the privilege to call upon Mrs. Dhanalakshmi C.V., Lecturer, Kelly Society's Law College, Bangalore, to introduce our honorable and eminent guests and also welcome the august congregation.
Of the dais, honorary delegates, principals of sister concerns, members of local governing bodies, invitees, press and media, staff members, students, ladies and gentlemen. I now take the privilege to introduce our today's esteemed dignitaries on dais at the one-day national seminar on privacy rights and data protection in cyberspace. As Zig Ziglar quotes, outstanding people have one thing in common, an absolute sense of mission. I now take the privilege to introduce our today's chief guest, Honorable Shri S. Suresh Kumar, a graduate in law, actively involved in politics since 1975. Recognized as model legislator by the then Chief Minister Shri J.H. Patil. In the year 1997-1999, he was appointed as a deputy leader of the BJP group in the Karnataka Legislative Assembly. In the year 1991, he was appointed as President, State Yuva Morcha. Since 1996, He is acting as the BJP state spokesperson. Since 2005, he is the BJP state general secretary. In the year 2008, he was elected to the 13th Karnataka Legislative Assembly from Rajajinagar constituency. At present, he is holding the portfolio of Minister for Urban Development, Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Karnataka. We welcome you, sir. I now request Mr. Parinay, student, to hand over a bouquet and memento as a token of reverence. Everything that's good and inspiring is created by the individual who can labor in freedom, quotes Albert Einstein. I now take the privilege to introduce Mr. G. Dakshinamurthy, first director, Kilpa. Born on 23rd September 1947, graduated in science from Bangalore University in the year 1965. Completed LLB and pursued postgraduate study in administrative law and industrial law from Bangalore University. Took to practice of law in the year 1973 at the Bangalore Bar. Selected to serve on the subordinate judiciary of the state in the year 1978. While on the verge of being promoted as district judge, he was retained and absorbed in government secretariat service in public interest in the Department of Parliamentary Affairs and Legislation of the state and was promoted as additional secretary to the government in the year 1996. Retired as secretary to government in 2005. Now he is serving as first director of Karnataka Institute for Law and Parliamentary Reform, a pioneer institution set up by the state government with the objective of bringing about reform in law and parliamentary practices in the state. We welcome you, sir. I now request Mr. Veeresh Kumar, student, to hand over a bouquet and memento as a token of reverence. As Aristotle quotes, pleasure in job puts perfection in work. I now take the privilege to introduce Mr. Navi, who is an e-business consultant, has a rich professional experience spanning more than 3 decades in the field of banking, financial services, advertising and marketing. Navi has also been in the forefront of netizen movement in India. He is the founder secretary of Cyber Society of India, founder trustee of International Institute of Information Technology Law, and founder chairman of Digital Society Foundation. Navi is also associated with ITPF as advisor, with PR Syndicate as honorary chairperson. He is also the principal consultant, Promines Consulting Private Limited. We welcome you, sir. I now request Sunit to hand over a bouquet and memento as a token of gratitude. I also now take the honor to welcome our beloved principal, Shri J. Mallikarjunaya, a man with a vision beyond skies. We welcome you, sir. I now request Dheeraj Jain to hand over a bouquet and a memento as a token of gratitude. I also extend a hearty welcome to all the honorary delegates, principals of sister concern, members of local governing bodies, invitees, principals of degree colleges, press and media for the wide coverage, staff members, students present here for today's program. Thank you.
For your cordial words. Proceeding further, I now request Mr. G. Dakshinamurthy, First Director, Kilpar, sir, to please enlighten us and give a prefatory to the day's talk.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are privileged to have our beloved Minister for Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Sri Suresh Kumar, with us to inaugurate this August conference here. Before the solemnity, I am bid to drive home the context of the situation and this deliberation in a few words. October 17 marks the date of enforcement of the Information Technology Act. The Digital Society Foundation of India has marked this as the Digital Society Day of India to commemorate the enforcement of information technology law in India. Before giving any little explanation about things, probably I need to explain to you some words which you may find a little amusing. Now, the digital society, much contrary to any of our assumptions, it is not an entity. On the other hand, it is a conglomeration of what you call netizens. Netizens, again, they are citizens, but who are used to transacting on internet and cyberspace. And what is this cyberspace? That again is not any real space in the cosmos. It is the field of operation for the netizens. So in cyberspace, netizens deal to transact their business, to deal with things in an electronic medium. As you know, we are now very much used to the internet, and the advantages are obvious. One thing, it's a low cost mode, the ease of use is there, anonymity of transaction, then the quickness, hassle-free documentary, and then working from anywhere. As a matter of fact, each time you swipe a credit card or a debit card or any identity card for that sake, or when you send or receive emails to your friends, your associates, or you choose to surf the web or choose to chat over the web, you are using the internet, and inevitable concomitant is that you are putting out your data to the whole world. Not only your data, your wisdom, your thinking, everything is put on the web. Well, for all these advantages, there are equally, in an equal amount, disadvantages too. For example, the data you are putting in on the web, if it is used for the purpose for which is intended, that is okay, it's an advantage. But suppose it is put to abuse for ulterior purposes, then unauthorized reading of your email and sending unsolicited emails to your system, which is called spamming, then spamming, that is what happens to an internet transactor in terms of this soliciting of unsolicited information, that happens to a web charter here, charted clients. Then you have this adware and spyware, which are injected into your system, and that leads to slackening of your system. Then what you call phishing, that is the fraudulent way of getting confidential information. Then cyber stalking, that is following and watching somebody over the internet as you enter into transactions. If it is that, it is okay, but they may lead to annoying and intimidating situations too. That is what we have to guard to. Then sitting over other systems, internet, that results in what you call the cyber slacking. So these are some attendant disadvantages which a netizen, whoever is used to transact on the internet, has to keep in mind. Now, Bill Gates, the pioneer of information technology, he has cautioned us about two inevitable consequences of